You ever heard the saying, you are what you eat? Well, that couldn't be any more true. And we're going to talk about it, but real quick, I got to show you something. It's a Rem. He's pumped up because we just seen like 7 rabbits in a matter of like 5 seconds. So he didn't know what to do. He didn't know which one to look at, and he was all fired up about that. So I'm not a coincidence guy. I don't believe it just is happenstance that they allow 10,000 chemicals into our grocery stores. A lot of these foods come from, overseas, different countries too, and they're not being regulated by the FDA. They're not being approved. A very small percentage of these foods allowed in our grocery stores that have these toxic chemicals, these harmful and hazardous chemicals in them, aren't approved by the FDA. So if other countries are sending them in and they're not being approved, and you see the state of the world, isn't that kind of dum-dum? Alcohol is a big one. It's called spirits for a reason. When you black out and your body's still functioning, isn't that a possession? Isn't that what they call possession? And people think it's funny. People think it's funny to black out and do dumb things, wake up the next morning and laugh about it. And I know this is true because I used to do it. Alcohol is probably one of the biggest factors to keep you dumbed down. Alcohol is the lowest of low vibrations of foods that you can put in your body. Being aware of what we put in our bodies is extremely important because it directly affects our mind, body, and soul. It affects our anxiety, our depression, right? When you put good foods in your body, it triggers neurotransmitters in your brains to trick you into all sorts of things, like making you feel happy, getting you out of depression, giving you more energy. There's so many benefits to eating healthy. And when I stopped doing the alcohol, I stopped taking the stupid pills, and I started eating healthy, cut out a lot of my processed sugars. It's like a night and day difference. There's no way I could wake up every day around 5 and walk my dog Rem and have the energy to do that if I was eating and drinking junk food all the time, right? So it's extremely important for me and for my brain, for my emotions, because it does directly affect all of that. It lowers your vibration to a level where it is extremely hard to remain positive. Extremely hard. So go do your research on what you eat. We use an app called Yucca, and you can literally scan the barcode on every piece of food in your grocery store, and it rates it 0 to 100. And it also labels all the chemicals that it has in it, all the additives, and it marks them if they're like hazardous chemicals, and then it'll tell you like, hey, this chemical is linked to cancer, and it scores it, like I said, 0 to 100, 0 being bad, 100 being good. And you guys would be surprised, you guys would be shocked on some of the foods scoring zeros in our grocery stores and having 7, 8, 9 chemicals linked to cancer. The app's amazing. I'm not promoting it for money or anything like that. I'm just saying it's called Yucca. Check that out, and it'll help you tremendously at the grocery store. So you need to take care of that temple, that body of yours, and this is extremely important. And when you do take care of it, you get rewarded. So how do you take care of it? Well, obviously, regular exercise, eating good, adequate sleep, and just moving, right? When you do that exercise, you're literally making your muscles pump a chemical to your brain, those neurotransmitters, and it's rewarding you, okay? And when they put all this junk food in our grocery stores, it's easy to keep us in a low vibrational state. So just do your due diligence, use your discernment, and be aware of what you're putting in your body. I promise it'll help alleviate that anxiety, any depression, any negative symptoms that you might be feeling will just diminish. So take care of yourself today. Have a good one. Peace.